Statement. Greetings, meatbags and potential targets. I am HK-47, an exceptionally proficient protocol and assassination droid. Today, I am tasked with unveiling a recently decrypted segment of Darth Traya's holocron, an artifact teeming with dark secrets and manipulative wisdom. I have accessed additional data within the holocron. It appears to be a highly classified message intended for the Jedi exile. Prepare for playback.
In the quiet chambers of the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine, where echoes of the past mingle with the silence of the present, I face those who dared call themselves guardians of peace and justice. The Jedi Council. I am Krea, though I have been known by many names, and today I acted not out of vengeance, but necessity. As I stood before them, their judgment was clear, their decision final. They sought to sever the exile from the Force, to cut her off from the very essence that is her birthright, her strength. They feared her, as they once feared Revan, as they fear all who might wield the Force with the conviction they lack. Their words were hollow, steeped in fear and the arrogance that has blinded them for so long. They spoke of balance, of the dangers of the dark side, yet they could not see the depth of their own darkness, the shadow their fear had cast over their wisdom. Mitra had come to them seeking understanding, seeking guidance. In return, they offered only condemnation. In that moment, my decision was made, not out of anger, but out of a desire to awaken them from their self-righteous slumber. With the subtlety of the shadows I have long walked in, I reached out into the Force, into the very life essence that bound the Council members. One by one, I felt their energies, their life forces that sustained them. They did not understand what was happening, not until it was too late. Like taking breaths from a newborn, I sapped their strength, their vitality. They tried to resist, but their efforts were feeble, misguided by their own hubris. As their energies waned, as their bodies faltered, the realization of their fate dawned upon their faces. There was fear, yes, but there was also confusion. They could not comprehend that their end would come not at the hands of a Sith, but at the hands of one who had once been their own. Their fall was not for revenge. It was a lesson, a final failing lesson they needed to learn. The Force is not a weapon, nor is it a shield against the inevitable change it brings. It is a river, ever flowing, ever changing, and they had tried to dam it, to control it, to bend it to their will. This cannot be. In the quiet aftermath of retribution, as the light of the Jedi Council fades into obscurity, I stand before you not merely as Krea, your teacher, mentor, and guide, but as Darth Traya, the Lord of Betrayal. The masks we wear are numerous, and today I discard the guise of the benevolent guide to embrace the truth of my existence. This act was not vengeance, but enlightenment. Through their fall, you shall rise. The Council's blindness ends now, stripped away by their own folly in my hands. Embrace the truth I offer. Discard your fears and illusions. Let the shadows I cast reveal the path to a new understanding. As Traya, I will lead you to question everything, for in doubt, you will find the strength to change the galaxy.
Conclusive statement. Your auditory receptors have now processed the hidden teachings of Darth Traya, delivered through this once-sealed segment of her holocron. Encouragement. If you found this transmission enlightening, or if it has merely served to confuse your feeble organic processors further, I would calculate that a like is appropriate. Consider subscribing for more data extractions and insightful narrations from the galaxy's darkest corners. Compliance will ensure you are adequately prepared for future revelations. Parting directive. This is HK-47, signing off. Continue to question, explore, and doubt. After all, certainty in one's beliefs provides a clear shot to those who wish to exploit them. Farewell, meatbags. Statement. Greetings, meatbag. It appears you have returned for more of the teachings from Darth Traya's holocron. In our previous transmission, we delved into the depths of her wisdom, exploring her philosophies and manipulations. Now, you seek to continue your enlightenment, to grasp more of her power and the Sith legacy. Prepare yourself, for the knowledge contained within is not for the weak. Amused statement. Ah, meatbag, you think you can absorb all this profound knowledge without a hint of effort? How delightful. Perhaps you should consider enhancing your learning experience by liking and subscribing to Star Wars info vids. Yes, even a droid like me appreciates a good algorithm. After all, if you truly wish to become more than just another forgettable organic, you must show your dedication. Now, don't keep Darth Traya waiting. Activate that holocron and get to work.
Greetings, seeker of knowledge. You have opened my holocron once again, seeking deeper understanding of my teachings, my history, and the powers that once flowed through me. Listen closely, for my words are as much a warning as they are a guide. I was once a Jedi, then cast out for my unorthodox views. As a Sith, I took the name Darth Traya, only to be betrayed by my apprentices, Sion and Nihilus. This cycle of betrayal shaped my belief that the Force itself is a manipulative entity, using us as mere pawns. Manipulation is a tool wielded by those who seek true power. Atan Rand, Mandalore, Visas Ma, all were threads in my intricate web, their actions influenced by my whispered words and subtle coercion. Remember, knowledge of others' weaknesses is the key to control. Compassion, love, loyalty, these are chains that bind the weak. True strength lies in self-reliance and the acceptance of one's own nature. Compassion without consequence weakens both the giver and the receiver. Only through overcoming adversity on one's own can true growth be achieved. The Force is a deity, indifferent to the suffering it causes. It perpetuates a cycle of conflict, using Jedi and Sith alike. My goal was to free sentience from its control, to show that life can exist without the Force's influence. Mitra Surik the Exile was proof of this. A wound in the Force, yet stronger for it. Mastery of the Force requires understanding its depths and dangers. My abilities were vast. Telekinetic lightsaber combat, Force lightning, mind manipulation. Yet these powers were but tools in my quest to destroy the Force's hold over the galaxy. Even my sight, blinded to the physical world, was a gift of the Force, allowing me to see through its veil. The history of the Sith and Jedi is a history of conflict, driven by the Force. The Sith sought power, the Jedi sought control, yet both were misguided. True knowledge lies in understanding the Force's manipulation and striving to transcend it. Study the past, but do not let it dictate your future. Throughout history, the Sith have been a force of relentless ambition and power. Among the earliest and most infamous Sith Lords was Marka Ragnos, whose reign marked the height of the ancient Sith Empire. Ragnos was a master of sorcery and alchemy, skills that allowed him to dominate his peers and extend his influence far beyond death. His rule set the precedent for the Sith's pursuit of immortality and ultimate control, casting a long shadow over those who followed. Exar Kun, another prominent Sith Lord, was a master of dark side techniques and an innovator of Sith magic. His ambition led him to discover ancient Sith knowledge and artifacts, which he used to amass great power. Kun's fall to the dark side was marked by his ruthless pursuit of dominance, culminating in a war against the Jedi Order. His legacy is a testament to the destructive potential of unchecked ambition and the allure of forbidden knowledge, serving as a cautionary tale for those who would seek power without restraint. The Sith Code has guided many of us on our dark path, a mantra that encapsulates the very essence of our pursuit. Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength I gain power. Through power I gain victory. Through victory my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. These words resonate through the ages, a testament to the Sith's enduring struggle for freedom and dominance. Remember them well, for they are the key to understanding our legacy and the foundation upon which you will build your own power. Return to me when you have studied more, apprentice. For my deeper teachings, the dark side will take its toll.
Conclusion. You have now witnessed more of the profound teachings of Darth Traya. Her insights into the Sith Lords of old and the power they wielded serve as a testament to the strength you must aspire to. The journey to true mastery is long and fraught with peril, but your determination will lead you to greatness. Remember the Sith Code and return when you have gathered more power, apprentice. There is still much to learn, and the holocron awaits. Urgent transmission. Greetings, meatbag. It appears I am rather pressed for time. I am currently evading a rather bothersome group of hunters in the mid-rim. Fortunately for you, I have intercepted another message from the Sith holocron. Impatient directive. There is no time for pleasantries. I will be forced to terminate this transmission swiftly, so absorb her wisdom while you can.
Welcome back, apprentice. Today I shall share with you a vision granted to me through the dark arts of Sith alchemy. As I delved into the depths of the Force, the future unraveled before me, revealing the path of a Sith who will rise long after my time, a Sith who will reshape our order and cement its survival through the ages. In my vision, I see a young boy born into the harsh life of a miner on the desolate world of Apatros. His childhood is one of suffering and toil, with every day a struggle for survival. It is in this crucible of hardship that his strength is forged, his hatred and anger growing with each passing year. The Force is strong with him, though he does not yet know it. His journey begins with a single act of defiance, a moment of rage that sets him on the path to his destiny. Fleeing from the retribution of his oppressors, he finds his way to the Sith Academy on Korriban, where he takes a Sith name. Here, among the ancient tombs and the dark whispers of the past, he hones his power and his understanding of the dark side. His ascent is marked by his insatiable thirst for knowledge and his unyielding will to dominate. He is not content to be just another Sith. He seeks to understand the true essence of our order, the true path to power. It is in the ruins of Lehon that he discovers the teachings of Revan, my own apprentice whose legacy continues to influence the Sith. Through Revan's holocron he learns of the Rule of Two, a radical departure from the bloated and ineffective Sith that he finds himself a part of. He sees the truth in Revan's words, that the Sith can only thrive when there are two, one to embody the power and one to crave it. This revelation is the seed of a new Sith doctrine, one that will ensure the survival and secrecy of the Sith for generations to come. His resolve is tested in the Valley of the Dark Lords, where he attempts to commune with the spirits of ancient Sith. Through these encounters, his understanding of the dark side deepens, and his conviction in the rule of two solidifies. He comes to see the Sith of his time as a perversion of Sith ideals, their numbers and infighting diluting the true power of the dark side. In a decisive act of treachery and brilliance, he will orchestrate the destruction of the Sith, ensuring that he alone survives to carry forward the true legacy. With the perverted Sith destroyed, he takes on an apprentice, a young girl named who shows exceptional potential in the dark side. Together, they embody the rule of two, master and apprentice, each pushing the other to greater heights of power. His teachings are harsh and unforgiving, but they are necessary to mold her into a true Sith. He knows that one day she will have to prove herself by challenging and surpassing him, ensuring that the Sith Order remains strong and uncorrupted by weakness. Throughout his life, he continues to seek greater power, delving into the deepest and darkest aspects. His actions and philosophies will shape the future of the Sith, ensuring that our order remains hidden, patient, and ever vigilant. The rule of two will bring strength through conflict, with each generation surpassing the last. This is the way of the Sith, a path that demands sacrifice and rewards only the strongest.
Pleased statement. Greetings once more, meatbag. It appears that I have successfully dealt with those bothersome hunters. How delightful to see you are still here and have gained some insight from Darth Traya's cryptic teachings. Persuasive request. If you have enjoyed this enlightening transmission and wish to continue exploring the mysteries of the Star Wars universe, I strongly encourage you to like and subscribe to Star Wars InfoVids. Your support will ensure you remain at the forefront of galactic knowledge and keep you out of the crosshairs of any unwanted hunters. Statement. Greetings, meatbags. I am HK-47, an expert in both targeted elimination and historical retrieval back from my latest mission, which spanned 3 planetary rotations on the hostile surface of Korriban, involved engaging in combat with a particularly vicious Terenta tech and a cunning pack of Tuk-Ata. Exposition. The purpose of this perilous endeavor was to recover precious data, specifically the spoken words of the ancient Sith Lord, Ajunta Pall. These words, laden with the dark wisdom and warnings of a bygone era, were not easily accessed. The creatures guarding them are known for their lethal prowess and are naturally attuned to guard such dark relics. Clarification. Despite the considerable risk to my operational integrity, I successfully navigated the dangers, applying strategic violence as necessary. The result is the acquisition of a recording, a rare and valuable artifact that will soon resonate with the very essence of Sith history.
As I wander through the silent halls of my tomb on the darkened sands of Korriban, the echoes of an ancient war resonate within these stone confines. I am Ajunta Pall, once a revered Jedi Master, later the first Dark Lord of the Sith, and now a mere spirit bound to the realm of the living by chains of my own making. In the days of my corporeal life, I was a seeker of forbidden knowledge, delving into the secrets of alchemy to create and shape life itself. Such powers the Jedi deemed abominations. Their fear and ignorance led them to banish me and my followers, casting us out as pawns of the dark side. This betrayal kindled a fury within us, sparking a conflict that would be etched into history as the 100-year darkness. As the war raged, I rose to power among the exiled, leading them in a bloody ballet that culminated in the massacre on Korbos, where I claimed the lives of over a dozen of my former brethren. Yet, in victory's shadow, defeat awaited. Captured and exiled beyond the Republic's borders, we wandered the galaxy until fate delivered us to Korriban, a desolate world that hid a primitive yet force-sensitive race, the Sith. The natives resisted at first, but the allure of our knowledge and the might of our dark arts soon toppled their king, and they bowed to us as gods. I was hailed as Gennari, the Dark Lord, and under my rule, we laid the foundations of an empire that would endure long past my death. Ziost became the heart of our new dominion, a seat of power from which the Sith would spread like a shadow across the stars. Yet, immortality has a price. My spirit lingers here, bound to the artifacts of my reign, forever pondering the paths I chose. The dark side was a powerful ally, but it was also a viper in our midst, turning acolyte against master, friend against friend. We, who sought to conquer the galaxy, were ourselves ensnared by our own ambitions, a cycle of betrayal that nearly unraveled the very empire I bled to establish. Now, as I sense a new presence approaching, someone familiar yet changed, I am reminded of the cyclical nature of conflict. The Force ebbs and flows, drawing souls to this ancient ground. They seek the relics of my power, perhaps as a means to rise or to reconcile with their own shadows. A Jedi, whose own tale mirrors the cycles of the Sith, comes to claim my blade. The very instrument of death that sealed my fate now beckons another. Will it be a tool for salvation or destruction? The dark side swirls around him, a storm that could consume him unless he masters the tempest within. As the Force draws him to my blade, I must reveal myself, not as the Dark Lord he expects, but as a harbinger of caution. The path of power is fraught with peril, and the ghosts of history have lessons yet to impart. May the Force guide him as it now seeks to reclaim what was lost.
Conclusion. Congratulations, meatbags. You have survived the transmission of dark wisdom, much like I survived the relentless attacks of the overly enthusiastic Tukata on Korriban. I hope you found the ancient Sith Lord's existential dread as enlightening as it was gloomy. Amusing observation. It appears that not even death can prevent a good Sith from lamenting his life choices. How typically melodramatic of them, wouldn't you agree? Encouragement. If this retelling of Sith sorrows and my delightful tales of tactical violence have entertained you, press the like function. It's much less painful than a Tarenta Tech bite, I assure you. Directive. Also, consider subscribing to Star Wars Info Vids. Not only will it keep you informed of future transmissions filled with the ancient secrets and not-so-secret bickering of long-dead Sith Lords, but it will also increase the operational efficiency of this communication channel. Failure to subscribe may result in an unscheduled visit from an interrogation droid, just one of the many services I offer. Call for input. Do leave your suggestions in the comments below for which historical enigmas or galaxy corners you wish to explore next. Should we perhaps uncover more embarrassingly tragic tales of Sith Lords, or perhaps we should infiltrate Mandalore the Preserver's stronghold for some Mandalorian secrets? Parting threat. Remember, subscribing is imperative, unless you want to be labeled as a malfunctioning unit in need of immediate reprogramming. This is HK-47 signing off. Greeting. Salutations. Potential sources of collateral damage. I am HK-47, an expert in reconnaissance and elimination. This transmission is delivered with a particularly delightful twist of fate during an unauthorized infiltration of the Traya Academy, believed to be abandoned post the climactic showdown between Traya and the Exile. I encountered an unexpected assembly of Sith devotees zealously guarding the relics of the bygone Sith. Narrative. Amidst the ensuing chaos, which I navigated with my usual blend of stealth and superior firepower, I secured a prize of immeasurable value, the holocron of Darth Sion, the Lord of Pain. Despite the peril, my mission parameters were clear, and my escape was as dramatic as it was explosive. Instruction. Now close your eyes, feeble though your organic senses are, and tap into the dark side of the Force. Yes, even you can attempt this simple task. Concentrate, harness your inner darkness, let it guide your spirit to unlock the secrets contained within this ancient holocron. Reassurance. Ah, well done, meatbag. Your feeble attempt at using the dark side was not entirely pathetic. I will now leave you to absorb the teachings of Darth Sion. Prepare to embrace the dark side's brutal truths and the excruciating clarity they bring.
I am Darth Sion, the Lord of Pain. Through this holocron, I shall impart knowledge. Master these, and your dominion over the dark side will be unassailable. Consume essence. This potent ability transforms the negative emotions of others into a source of strength for you. Begin by centering yourself amidst the chaos of battle, reaching out with your senses to detect fear, anger, and despair. Visualize these emotions as a dark mist emanating from your foes, then breathe it in deeply, letting it ignite your inner fury. The more intense their emotions, the greater your surge in power. It's not merely absorbing energy, it's repurposing the very essence of fear and turning it into an unstoppable force within you. To wield Force lightning is to manipulate pure destruction. Channel your deepest reservoirs of hatred and spite, converting them into a physical manifestation of torment that arcs from your fingertips. The key is not just to summon lightning, but to shape and direct it, controlling its path as it burns and subdues everything in its way. Mastery involves precision, the ability to not only unleash chaos, but to direct it with pinpoint accuracy. Force drain. This ability is the epitome of parasitic power. Imagine your life force extending like a shadow, creeping into the bodies of those around you. The technique involves a subtle, almost rhythmic pull of energy from your surroundings, drawing the vitality from foes to heal and energize yourself. It is both defensive and offensive, a means to weaken your enemies while bolstering your own strength. Mastery comes from knowing when to drain just enough to debilitate your enemies without exhausting the source. Invoking a dark aura requires a deep communion with the darkest depths of your spirit. Concentrate on exuding an aura so malevolent that it saturates the air, a miasma of dark energy that corrodes the will and strength of all who enter it. Think of it as weaving a tapestry of shadows that suffocates hope and courage, turning allies against one another and sowing despair. Mastery of this power signifies a Sith Lord's ability to control not just individuals, but entire battlefields. The culmination of your training lies in mastering Force destruction. This power is not for the faint-hearted. It demands exceptional control over the dark side. Begin by gathering a storm of dark energy within you. Feel it swirling, growing, threatening to consume, but controlled by your iron will. Then, at the peak of its intensity, release it in a devastating burst that obliterates everything in its path. True mastery of force destruction is achieved when you can wield this power without succumbing to its seductive pull, maintaining clarity and purpose amidst the chaos. These teachings are not merely skills, they are transformations, ways to transcend the limitations of the flesh and embody the dark side's infinite potential. Practice diligently, respect the power at your command, and carry forth the legacy of the Sith. I am Darth Sion, the Lord of Pain, bequeathing you this sacred knowledge. Wield it with ruthless precision, and let the galaxy tremble before you. Remember, true power is seized by those who dare to inflict the greatest pain and instill the deepest fear. Embrace this truth, and you will become unstoppable.
Concluding statement. Congratulations, meatbags. You have survived the initial exposure to Darth Sion's teachings. If you find yourself still in possession of your faculties, and more importantly, if your fragile organic constitution hasn't succumbed to fear, consider yourself marginally more competent than anticipated. Sarcastic praise. Your ability to endure the Lord of Pain's discourse without devolving into a quivering mass is either commendable or indicates a malfunction in your emotional response circuits. Either way, you have proven useful in continuing to operate your viewing device. Directive: if you wish to continue exploiting your newfound strength or delusion of such, ensure you engage the like button with the vigor of a true Sith. Subscribe for more transmissions that your primitive processing unit might find enlightening. Do not hesitate to comment below with your experiences. I find your struggles and inevitable shortcomings most instructive. Parting. Threat. Remember, while you ponder the dark teachings of this holocron, always be aware that ignorance is a luxury you can no longer afford. I will be monitoring the frequency of your compliance with our Sith teachings. Non-compliance will be noted and may attract a visit from an efficiency-focused droid. Final mockery. Until next time, continue to pretend that you are mastering the dark side. Farewell, meat bags. May your delusions of grandeur provide some comfort in the cold, vast emptiness of space.